Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Off of play action, here's Lance. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 88 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Touchdown! Paris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Rowland will return it from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the intercept. He rifles one that's intercepted. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Woolen will return it from the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me,
Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the 49ers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A quick pass out to Juju. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a first carry for their fullback. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And it's incomplete. But a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now the Niner offense is back on the field, and they're going to try for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 121 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So it'll be a loss on the play of 12 yards, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Packers Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Lance going to throw. And that'll be complete to Dillon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Lance looking to throw it. It's Dillon again. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Myles Garrett, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. Woolen will return it from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And they'll go for it. Lance. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Foyesade Oluokun. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lance. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Play action. Now it's Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Amani Hooker. 30. 10. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
He's got it at the 2. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Rowland will return it from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. Now a play fake. Lance. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Myles Garrett, his second sack of the night. And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing his Lance on third down. Man open, he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
That one complete to Skoranek. And some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Again, it's Lance. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Courtland Sutton, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Lance going to try to throw for this. And he's brought down. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Kevin McPherson set to kick off.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell. Like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On play action, Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's going to have the Niners 1st down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Looking for Campbell downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And now here is another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the 49ers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 142 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. To throw, it's Lance. And he he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Lance. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Desperation time here. Lance. Throwing left side, it's complete. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing now is Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah. Ty Detmer.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now Lawrence. And now here is another interception. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do.
And my goodness, another interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there.
Here we go. Ready, 38.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Lance. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. 4th down now coming up.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
McPherson's kick is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some room to maneuver.
Don't worry about it, baby.
Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there.
That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
They'll try and run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing to start the drive. Lance. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Yellow, go. Smash, red. Hustle. Go.
A carry here for the big tight end. And look at this for the second straight play. The
cost them.
Red, yellow.
On play action, Lance.
he's going to go for it all. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the fourth quarter.
Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free, and the Packers pick it up.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. So the big gain through the air, but scratch it all off because he could not hang on to the football.
And you have to like what they did on defense here. They didn't give up on the play. Big yardage given up, but they still battled all the way to the end and helped force a turnover.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance. That's caught at the 3. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. From the gun, it's Lance.
Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. One final try now for Lance.
This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. This is caught at the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Niners, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.